call the meeting to order for the December 10th, 2020. It's 5:30. Can we have roll call?
Yes, Madam Chair. Chair Teresa Fonseca,
Here.
Rebecca Sepúlveda,
Here.
Justin Allen Hunschnacker,
Here.
Roberto David Gonzalez,
Here.
María Elena Morales, Cristina Dávila Villarreal, Stanley Green, and Michelle Marie Romani.
Present.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ms. Chairman, you do have quorum.
Okay, Mr. Snyderman, or Madam Chair, I move to excuse Ms. Davila, Ms. Morales, and Mr. Green. Ms. Morales should be joining, but she might be having technical difficulties. So I move to excuse them.
And I'd also like to add, Ms. Davila, you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I move to excuse them.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the motion carries. Next item is consideration of approval of the minutes of our regular meeting.
Fonseca,
Yes.
I apologize. If we can, we made a mistake on the agenda. We left off the citizens' comments. And even though it's not on the agenda, it's something we do at every meeting. We will allow public comment at each item, but we typically have just a period at the beginning where we put this up and allow anybody to call in. I think it would still be appropriate if you agree. And while we're doing that, because there's a lag, we are being broadcast on Laredo's Swagit channel on the website and on Spectrum channel 1300. And it's like a 30-second delay. So that would give me just a second to remind everybody that when you're not speaking, to mute yourself. It really helps the audio. Even if you can't hear the feedback on your line, it will create issues for PAC, who's recording this, and also for other members of the board. So if you can remember to mute yourself when you're not speaking, that'd be great.
Madam Chair, I do have a question. Because the item is not on the agenda, I know that we have the citizen comments, but would we be at risk for taking up something or allowing something that is not on the agenda based on the Texas Open Meetings Act?
It's actually the Texas Open Meetings Act that requires public citizens' comment.
No, I understand it.
So that's why we're doing it. Even though we accidentally left off the agenda, we still need to do it. We still need to provide a citizens' comment.
And I just got a text from Ms. Morales. She is present, but we can't see her. And we can't, she's having some difficulties, but she is somewhere around. She's just, she can hear us, but we can't see her.
She is not in the meeting, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she need to log in and log back out, or log out and log back in?
Well, she's not in it, so she just needs to click on the link and yeah. She's unfortunately, I can't help her. I can't diagnose it right now, but she may be watching it on the Swagger channel, but she's not actually in the meeting. You're muted, Ms. Fonseca.
Okay, well, I'll open the public meeting and wait a few minutes to see if anybody calls in. I'm going to ask everyone if you could center on the screen let's see. I couldn't see Mr. Justin.
I'm here.
Your screen is off, or your camera's not pointing at you.
Ms. Fonseca, we've waited an appropriate amount of time and we don't have anybody on the line.
Okay. We'll move then to the next item on the agenda, and that is approval of the meetings of the regular meeting of October 8th, 2020. Do we have a motion or do we have any?
I move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, the motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the public hearing and consideration of item A, public hearing on the motion to consider facade and site improvements for 1814 Victoria Street in the St. Peter's Historic District, case number HDL B-01-2021. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
I move to open public hearing HD 001-2021.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 The motion carries. Do we have a presentation?
Yes, we do. So the applicant is Jorge Santana. The property is 1814 Victoria Street in the HRO zone, which is the residential office zone with the historic district overlay. The applicant is proposing to install pavers for an outdoor patio and install an outdoor spiral staircase attached to the main structure. Proposed exterior improvements require board approval. That's why he's here before you today. We sent 28 letters out to surrounding neighbors. We received 0 for or 0 against. Here is a map showing the historic districts and with 1814 highlighted in red, his property. Here's an aerial view of the property on the corner of Santa Rita and Victoria. Here's just an angled view. You can see a little better the property. The patio is on the, I'll show you a diagram in a second, but it'll be on the southwest corner, the lower left corner. Here's the diagram that was submitted. Just to highlight it a little easier for your eyes, the red area is the patio area that will be added. That's currently there's no patio there. That's what will be added. And then the X marks the spot approximately where the spiral staircase will be added onto the existing structure. Here's a view of the patio, the second floor patio extension, which is the area that will be accessed by this spiral staircase. According to the applicant, this is the original spiral staircase that was refurbished off-site to adjust the height of the steps and the height of the hand railing. And it was brought back on the property to be replaced. Staff recommends approval. Here is the proposed motion to approve or deny the request. And when you're ready, probably better, because we only have one staff member helping us, probably better to hear from the applicant first, and then after that, open it up for public comment, should there be any. So we do have the applicant on the line when you're ready to hear from them.
Oh, hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hello, members of the board. First of all, thank you for having my petition in front of you and for looking at it. I would also like to thank you for the past approval of the repairs to my porch. Everything went very well. Thank you for that. We're almost done with it, and the house, I think, looks even better now than when it was built in the 1890s. It's probably one of the oldest homes in St. Peter's. It was at the very early start of the neighborhood that this home was built. The additions that I'm proposing are the pavers.
Jorge, can you hear me?
The homes. What, sorry?
Can you hear me, Jorge?
Yes, Mr. Simon.
Just so you're aware, we just went over your application and all the improvements that you're going to make. We showed them the diagram, and staff is supporting it. So I don't know if you heard that part, but we we already reviewed all the improvements that you're going to make.
Oh, I didn't hear you, sorry. But if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Hello, this is Madam Chair. I have a question. The staircase is not visible, correct? It's
No.
in behind trees.
Yeah, when I bought the house, the staircase was actually detached from the original placement because it was all with corrosion. The post had corroded, and I bought the house about 8 years ago, and finally I had the money to repair it.
Okay.
And we did our best to bring it to the original appearance of it, and I just want to attach it back.
Okay, well, it looks like you're doing a really, you've got a really admirable proposal. I have no further questions, Madam Chair.
Does anybody else have any questions for the property owner? Do we have a motion to?
I move to close the public hearing.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. So
I move that we approve the request of the application number HD 001 2021 for the proposed improvements located at 1814 Victoria Street.
do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. So we will be moving to the next item on the agenda.
Okay. We might not have a quorum for this one because one of our board members might have to recuse.
That's correct.
Yes, I intend to log out, and since our firm is directly involved in this project, but I do hope to log back in for the end of the meeting.
Ms.
Okay.
Sepulveda, after this item, we're just adjourning, but do you think after you log out, you could help Ms. Morales call her and troubleshoot so she can log back on? Because we'll have to stop the meeting and wait and see if we can get her on.
Yeah, I just sent her the link again. Becky, do you want me to send you her phone on Messenger? Her phone number on Messenger?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Everybody else, if we could just give it a few minutes, with Ms. Sepulveda leaving, we won't have a quorum anymore, so we shouldn't be discussing anything while we wait for a quorum. Thank you, Ms. Sepulveda.
Thank you.
Can we have a brief recess?
Ms. Fonseca, we're also calling Mr. Green to see if we can help him get on as well.
Okay, great.
And I also understand Mr. Gonzalez only has till 6 o'clock, 15 minutes. So please keep that in mind. If we do get somebody on quickly and we just have 5, so that we can move rather quickly so we can approve the item before we lose a quorum again.
Yeah, that's what I'm also trying to reach out to Ms. Morales. I've already sent Ms. Sepulveda the information. So she knows that time is of the essence. I just spoke to Dr. Green, and he's also having the same issue of getting in, but he's trying. Like you said, whoever logs in first. Mr. Snyderman, there's nobody on IT available or nobody at PAC who can help.
Ms. Romani, I can assure you there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. The fact that all of us are in the meeting, they may be having some difficulty, and we're trying to reach out to them to help them, yes.
Okay, all right.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
I'm not in the meeting
Ah.
anymore.
Okay, let me ask.
Okay, let me know if you need my help. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hang out.
yeah,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yeah. We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, in the interest of time, I guess we proceed with item 4.B.
Yes, well, we'll open the public hearing and consideration for 1210-1214 Matamoros Street, designated locally significant landmark.
Yes, I'm not in the meeting part. Okay.
LB 02-2021.
I move to open. Yes, I move to open up public hearing for HD 002-2021.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Ms. Morales, could you please turn off your, it looks like you're listening to the program on Swagit. If you could turn that off, that way there's not an echo, please. Thank you. And also mute yourself would be good, thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Do we have a presentation?
Yes, ma'am. The applicant, the City of Laredo, Sepulveda Associates Architects, Inc. is the representative. It is located at 1210, 1214 through 1214 Matamoros Street. It's in the CBD zone with the Historic District overlay. The request is to renovate the property for affordable housing. They're going to rehabilitate and to restore the existing elements, and what they can't or what's missing, they're going to replace with historic elements or elements that will appear historic in their appearance. We mailed out 15 letters to surrounding neighbors. We received 0 for and 0 against. The red dot indicates where the Southern Hotel is located, which is the name of the property in question. It's not in a district, but it is a designated historic landmark, which is why it's coming before the board. Here's an aerial view and a couple historic pictures showing the hotel in the 1900s, around the turn of the century. Here's its current state, the exterior photos. I'm sure you're all very familiar with the state of the Southern Hotel. And here is the proposed rendering of what it will look like when it's complete. I will quickly go through the proposed elevations, and we don't have much time, but if you want to, it's all in the packet, and you could review it at length. Here's the southern elevation. As you can see, with many of these, there will be many improvements, rehabilitations, or replacements, as well as all the windows will be replaced with energy efficient windows, and they'll be doing improvements like that, but trying to stay close to the historic nature. Here's the proposed south elevation. Here's the southeast corner proposal. The proposed north elevation, which will not be viewable to the public, and proposed east elevation, and the proposed west elevation. Staff recommends approval, and here's the proposed motion when you're ready to approve or deny the request. And when we will put this number up for the public if they would like to call in. Right now, our staff is calling the applicant, Tina Martinez, the director of the department. And should you have any questions for her.
Ms. Tina Martinez is available if any questions from the board.
She is the director of the Community Development Department, excuse me.
Yes.
Do more board members have any questions?
No, madam. It looks pretty faithful to what the 1900 pictures have.
Do we
And
want to close the public hearing?
yes, I move to close the public hearing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Do we have a motion?
Yes, I moved to approve the proposal for the improvements on 1210, 1214 Matamoros Street, commonly known as the Old Southern Hotel.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Okay, well done, Historic Board. Wow, y'all moved very quickly on that. And thank you, Ms. Morales, for sticking with it and joining us. And thank you to all the board members for your service. We really appreciate it.
Do we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.